With St. Patrick's Day coming up this month, I've always wanted to make Irish soda bread. And the version I'm going to show you today is actually a gluten-free version of Irish soda bread. But you can find a recipe for Irish soda bread if you go through our website at the A to Z Food America, and I'll show you that database in a little bit. That this is a gluten-free version, and traditional Irish soda bread has very few ingredients in it. It's considered a quick bread because it's not made with yeast. Irish soda bread depends on baking soda to help it rise. So this recipe, because it's gluten-free, does contain a few more ingredients than a traditional Irish soda bread does, but I'll give this a try and it'll be very similar. Okay, so we're starting out with 3 cups of all-purpose gluten-free flour. Mine already has the xanthan gum in it, so I don't need to add any more of that. Okay, I'm going to do 2 teaspoons of baking powder. And baking soda. Oops, wait. No, I do want one teaspoon of soda and 2 of powder. Don't get the 2 mixed up. I've done that before and it is not very good. So we need 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of soda, and half a teaspoon of kosher salt. And then a 1/4 teaspoon of cream of tartar. And 2 tablespoons of sugar, and this is optional. Now there are versions of Irish soda bread that do include raisins and more sugar, and you can find those recipes online, but the traditional Irish soda bread is just simply flour, buttermilk, salt, and flour, baking soda, salt, and buttermilk. So it's usually just 4 ingredients. Okay, so I have my my dry ingredients combined here, and to that, I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of grated chilled butter. And this is real butter. I happen to like the taste and how the real butter actually works in baking better than other substitutes. And we're just going to blend that into our dry ingredients. And this will help keep our bread nice and tender. Alright, and to that, I'm going to add 2.5 cups of buttermilk. Let me make sure I have 2.5 cups here. 2.5 cups of buttermilk here. I'm going to add about half of that to my mixture. And then blend it. And add the rest of my buttermilk. Now I keep some dried buttermilk on hand just for the purposes of recipes, because you never use all the buttermilk that if you buy it in a carton. I never seem to use it all. So I like to get dried buttermilk and then just make it up as I need it. You can also substitute plain yogurt, and you can thin that down a little bit with some whole milk or some milk, and that'll also give you the consistency and flavor of buttermilk. Okay. And we just need to gently combine this. Alright, let's get this out of the way here. Alright, it calls for a cast iron skillet. I don't have one big enough to do this with, so I just have a cake pan here, about a 10-inch pan, and line it with parchment paper. And then we are going to take our dough and form a disc. And I have my oven preheating at 375. As soon as I get this shaped into a disc here, I'll go ahead and pop it into the oven. And we're going to bake it for 30 minutes at 375, and then we're going to turn the temperature up to 400. And we're going to finish baking it at 400. So have some in the bowl. Okay, everything there. And one more thing before I put it in the oven. I'm going to grab a sharp knife and we're going to moisten it. And we're going to make a cross on the top of our bread. Just take a sharp knife and okay, now it's ready to go in the oven, and we'll see you back here.
So if you're interested in finding more recipes for Irish soda bread, or if you want to add to your St. Patrick's meal and find more Irish American recipes, visit our website at somersetcolibrary.org and scroll down to where it says Everyone. And this will bring up a list of all the resources that we have available through our website that you can access for free with your library card. And we're going to go to A to Z Food America. And earlier I just did a search for Irish soda bread. And I came up with two results. One for fried bread, which is part of a traditional Irish breakfast. So you can try that with your St. Patrick's Day. And soda bread. So if we click on soda bread, we learn that soda bread is any number of varieties of bread that uses baking soda for leavening rather than traditional yeast. Soda breads are made in different ways, with some recipes replacing the buttermilk with live yogurt culture and even stout. Also, ingredients like raisins and other dried fruits can be added. And the ingredients: 4 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 14 ounces of buttermilk. Simple. And just preheat the oven to 425, grease a 9-inch round cake pan, combine your dry ingredients, add your buttermilk, and place the dough on a floured surface to lightly knead. Then transfer the cake pan, make a cross on the top, cover the pan and bake for 30 minutes, remove the cover and bake for another 15 minutes. So an easy soda bread recipe that you can try. And if you'd like to learn more about Irish American cooking, go up to the site menu, browse by ethnic category. Let's browse by ethnic groups and scroll down to Irish American cuisine. And you can learn more about Irish American cuisine, and there's recipes for different foods that you can try. So let's take a look at main cuisine, and you can get recipes for bangers and mash, Irish pasties, corned beef and cabbage, farmhouse vegetable soup, mutton stew, different recipes that you can try for St. Patrick's Day. So I hope you have fun and enjoy checking out this database and find some recipes that you can try for St. Patrick's
Day.
I'm
back and our bread has finished baking. It's this nice deep golden brown and it's firm in the middle. And I let it cool for about 10 minutes in the pan. And now I'm going to transfer it to the wire rack here and let it finish cooling. And see, I have these cool fluted edges on it from the silicone parchment that I used. I want to just take a little taste of this. And you can slice it, or you can slice it into wedges. It has like a biscuit texture to it. Taste without anything on it. So the center's nice and chewy. Put a little butter on there. Delicious. Okay, so that's our Irish soda bread. And be sure to check out the A to Z America database that's available through our website. And check out the Irish American category that they have, and see what other things that you can serve with your Irish soda bread for St. Patrick's Day. And remember that next Tuesday is the final program with the Central Pennsylvania Food Understanding Nutrition program that the Altoona Library is hosting. And if you don't know anything about that, check out our Facebook page, go to our events tab, and you'll see the information there about how you can register for this event. Next week's program is, we're going to be talking to Reshma Shah, MD, and I actually have all 3 of these books now, and she's going to be talking about nutrition. So if you want to join in, these programs have been really interesting. Last week they talked to Bryant Terry, a chef, and he was talking about his vegetarian cooking that he does. And check them out. And like I said, check out our Facebook page and go to the events tab, and you'll see all the events that we have scheduled for all the upcoming events that we have scheduled. So we'll see you next time, and happy St. Patrick's Day.